collecting in Idaho is a big business.
This was shocking to me when Roland told me this. It is so big. We have close to 800 registered debt collectors in Idaho. Roland Jones is live in studio with an On Your Side report.
Yeah, Michelle, your debt can be bought and sold by all sorts of companies, causing confusion and even an increased risk of rip-offs if you're not careful. Tonight, we're on your side to help keep track of the collectors and your rights. Ask the Better Business Bureau about debt collectors and you'll hear about a lot of complaints.
They'll be harassed and then they'll hang up the phone and then the debt collectors will contact them right back.
There is a lot of talk around debt collecting. People call Better Business Bureau all the time.
Part of the problem is the collectors are no longer just local.
We used to only license collection agencies that existed within the state of Idaho and collected here in Idaho, but now we license companies that exist outside of the state.
As a result, the number of collectors in Idaho more than doubled, and there are no national rules regarding conduct outside of the outdated Fair Debt Collection Practices Act.
There's not been a rule or regulation developed for collection agencies. In fact, there's just not one that's been developed.
The lack of rules is a problem compounded by how quickly your debt can be sold.
It's churn and burn. The debts are being bought and sold to the point where even if somebody pays a debt, it then is turned around and sold again, and then another debt collector is calling on the same debt.
So how do you protect yourself when a debt collector calls?
It's important that you ask for everything to be given to you in writing. You want a list of debts, you want to know who you owe the money to, if in fact you do owe money.
The statute of limitations on most debt in Idaho is 5 years, but if a debt collector gets you to pay even a tiny amount on that debt, even years later, all bets could be off.
That statute of limitations may reset if you start to pay on that account again.
Amid all the confusion over rules and sea of debt collectors are the scam artists who, thanks to the internet, can glean enough information about you to make you think they're legit and doing you a favor.
We'll let you pay it off right now, pennies on the dollar. You borrowed $5,000, we'll let you pay it off for $1,000, for instance. They are reaching a level of success, the bad guys, in getting people to pay that money.
Only later do you find out you paid to the wrong company. So experts say do yourself a favor and insist on everything in writing before you give up a dime. That's the key, in writing. Remember, it's illegal, by the way, for anyone to threaten you with arrest if you don't pay up. And collectors are not allowed to call your boss or anyone you know and tell them you owe money. Plus, you can request collectors only make calls during certain hours. And if they don't, you can report them to the Idaho Department of Finance.